here with Stephen Luevano, the WBO featherweight title holder of the world. On January 23rd, Stephen, you're going to take on what some say is the toughest test of your career, Juan Manuel Lopez. I want to get your thoughts on Lopez as an opponent. In your opinion, is he among the toughest fighters you fought, or is he the most talented guy you've faced so far?
Well, I would say one of the most talented fighters that I'm going to face so far. He's a champion also at 122, and we'll see what comes.
This is going to be your 40th professional fight. You turned pro in 2000. So at the end of a decade, at the start of a new decade, you're finally having your first fight on HBO. How important is that to you, or what does that mean to you?
Well, it means a lot. It means a lot. I'm going to headline in a HBO fight. I'm going to be noticed as one of the best now, so I'm happy.
Does it add any sort of pressure, headlining an HBO card, being in New York City, where it's basically the backyard for a Puerto Rican fighter?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't bother me at all. Everything I'm just gonna see it as just another fight.
Is this a fight that you wanted? I mean, when you were looking at potential opponents or challengers in the featherweight division, did you ever think about Juan Manuel Lopez? Did you ever think of him as a future opponent or a possible opponent?
Well, yeah, he was just a division lower than me, so not everybody can make a weight forever, even though I've been at mine since my starting career. But it gets harder. It gets harder to keep your weight, but I'm real focused. I'm dedicated to what I do, and I gotta do it. It got to happen.
You consider yourself a naturally bigger man and the stronger man, even though he's a KO artist. He's a guy who's got all these knockouts.
Oh yeah, that doesn't bother me at all. He's a hard hitter, but he can't hit what he can't see, so it doesn't really matter how hard he hits. If he can't hit, then I got no problem with it.
Let me ask you, he had a very difficult fight in his last title defense at 122 pounds against Rogers Matagua. Have you seen that fight? And what do you take from that fight going into your fight with Lopez?
Well, I seen a couple rounds. I didn't really see it all. Robert and his dad, Mr. Garcia, they looked at it, and they told me what happens and stuff. And to me, I think he fades kind of in the later rounds. That's kind of why he knocks people out early, so he doesn't have to go to the later rounds. But it looks like he don't like to go into the deep end, so he likes to stay in the shallow parts, which that's not gonna happen because we're going all 12 rounds.
I take it you want to take him into the deep end. You want to take him late and see what you can do? Yes,
take him into the later rounds.
Is there anything style-wise that you feel that you can exploit? Anything you can take advantage of?
Box. I'm gonna box him. I'm just gonna keep him on the outside, keep him at my distance, and just keep him away. Don't let him get inside. Don't let him get no confidence, thinking that he can make it a fight, because it's not gonna be a fight. I'm just gonna keep him on the outside.
And people are saying he's possibly the toughest guy you've faced. Do you feel you are the toughest fighter that he's faced, or the most experienced, most formidable fighter he's faced?
Well, yeah, I feel that I'm gonna be the most toughest fighter that he's gonna face so far, and I don't doubt that he's gonna be one of the toughest fighters that I'm gonna fight. But come on the 23rd, it's gonna be a fight.
We're here with Robert Garcia, the trainer of Stephen Luevano, co-trainer along with his father Eduardo. Robert, I know you've watched a lot of tape of Juan Manuel Lopez. Are there flaws in his game that you feel that Stephen Luevano can exploit?
You know what, Stephen Luevano is such a smart fighter and such a good counterpuncher that I know that everybody's raving about Juan Manuel Lopez, and so was I when he was coming up. You know, he's a great fighter. I seen him fight in a lot of cards where some of my fighters were fighting. So he was, you know, I always thought he was a great fighter, but you know, learning from him after his last fight, you know, I realized that he's very beatable. You know, he gets hit with punches that you know that maybe he shouldn't be getting hit. He's not as smart as Stephen Luevano. Stephen has the reach advantage, so I think all that's going to be in our favor.
As far as hunger, I know Lopez is a bit of a sensation in Puerto Rico and certainly in New York City. It's obviously going to be the crowd favorite, but Luevano's kind of been fighting under the radar his whole career. You know, from 2000 all the way to 2010. This is his first fight on HBO. I mean, you know Steven better than most people because he's such a shy and quiet guy. But is this a fight that he's hungry for? Can you sense something in him, desire-wise?
I know he's hungry for this one. He's been hungry for this one for the past 3-4 years. You know, that's a fighter's dream to headline HBO, to be on a big card like that. You know, he's always been, he's been on a lot of undercards with Manny Pacquiao and fight and cards like that, but he's never been the headline. And going to New York basically on Juan Manuel Lopez's hometown, well, I know that doesn't bother Steven because we went to London, England, and beat Nicky Cook over there, knocked him out, and it was only 3 people that were cheering for Steven, which was his cousins that were there. That's about it. And he went out and looked great doing it. That was probably one of his best performances. So I think that he's going in there thinking the same way. He's going to be in Juan Manuel's backyard and thinking of what happened in London, and thinking of pulling it off like he did over there.
He stopped Nicky Cook late in that fight. He won by KO. He told us that he wants to take Lopez into the deep water, take him into the late rounds. Is that your strategy?
That's what our plan is. I know Lopez is very, very dangerous, especially the first few rounds. It's going to be very dangerous. But once Lopez starts realizing that he's getting caught with punches, that he doesn't see, and he's missing his punches, because that's going to be our plan, to make him miss and counter punch and frustrate him. I think in the later rounds is where Steven's gonna, is gonna end up, either stopping him or winning clearly, on points.
Well, we look forward to watching it.
It'd be great.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.